All right. Okay. Well, I think Africa as a whole has a major problem, and then for free, let me just share some things with you for now. So, and one of the problems that we have is trust problem, honesty, and integrity. And if we don't solve this problem, it's going to be a big issue on the continent. So once, if we cannot solve that problem, then we'll continue to be
Slave.
colonized by the Westerners.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Because most of the funding that we get from them, you see, is not ideal for our business climate.
Yes.
Because I realize that most startups are losing or closing shop early, despite the fact that they are getting access to huge amount of funding. Then you realize that what is happening is it between the VC or the founders, or what is happening? Yes, we know that some founders have their own problem in terms of some people when they come up with the idea and they have access to huge amount of money, the mindset shift, the shift focus. I've had a situation where some people got access to money, and after that, a lot of them were like buying cars. Do you know that some people got Tony Elumelu's seed fund and went ahead to marry and buy cars? And you know what seed fund is? Is for you to, like a farmer, you plant it and let it
Yeah.
grow. And a
Yeah.
lot of people
Yes.
messed up that opportunity. Despite that, Lumelu is still doing it, but the results cannot be commensurate with the input.
Yes.
And that is the trust problem that we have, integrity, this mindset of I want to do it alone. We have collaboration mindset. If a problem, we are
Yes.
not that collaborative as a continent. And when you see Chinese, Indians, you see that they have that mindset of collaboration. And that is why you see them buying businesses across the world. They are buying businesses. Here, you need to see the way they are doing. They are buying houses, businesses, franchise. In fact, most of this franchise, McDonald's franchise, is owned by Indians.
Yeah.
Some of the big this thing here, uh, fuel station or gas station is owned by Indians. So once we are unable to solve that trust, integrity, and honesty, collaborative problem, running a finance business in Africa requires a lot. It requires a lot. And one of the things that it requires is that you have to be on your toes. You have to be, you have to understand the way they think. You understand? You have to understand the way the users, the people, your target audience, the way they think. And are they the type that, in our society, we are not credit conscious. That that if I default here, it will affect my credit
Credit
here,
score.
credit rating rate here. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So these are part of the things that we have issues with. And until we can say, okay, let's look for traditional way to solve our problem, in which I'll go back to the funding stuff that the funding challenges that a lot of people have with startups in Africa. Yes, it is not all startups that are not doing well. A lot are doing well, but there are lots that are happening at the back end. But however, do we want to continue? Because can you run with like the procedure, the terms and conditions that these guys are giving us? Is it sustainable that way? You know, because yes, when you need money, when you need money for, as in funding for your business, you accept any offer, care is not taken. And
Yeah.
it is not everybody that have this mindset that, oh no, I can't do this. I need this. So if you can look at it from that angle, then I think it's a good, because now we have problem about funding in Africa, especially with the economic situation in Nigeria. There is big problem about access to funding
Mm.
generally. Now it now depends on, okay, what who are your target audience? Is it people that are they business owners that want to, use the power of collaboration? Because your idea is part the power it's centered as at collaborative effort.
Collaboration. Yes.
You understand? Are your target audience interested in that?
Mhm.
And when we talk about collaborative, there is a lot that goes into it. It has to it start from your mindset. You can't rise and say, no, I don't want this guy to rise, and you want to rise. No, it doesn't work that way. Yes. And that's the kind of mindset that is affecting us. This one want to rise and want to pull the other one down. So if they are the type that want to build well together, then it is high time we sensitize them. I'm using the word we because
Mhm.
is
It's an
something I'm
African
also.
problem.
uh So we need a lot of awareness for
Mhm.
Africans to begin to change their mindset, because we are not growing, we are not going far. Individually, people are doing things anyway. And that thing, if you have the kind of people that some Indians have access to, you'll be you would have gone far. So once you can do that, I think it's a good it's a good idea. It's going to be a good product, but the main point is, who are the target audience? If your target audience are properly educated, then it will fly. If it is people that want to get free money, because there was a time I run a cooperative organization before, and this is the mindset of our people. Cooperative is a big industry in Nigeria, very big industries, big one that maybe because of the way it was introduced in the first place, a lot of people got it wrong. So if you can work on that and say, okay, what is the purpose of this thing? If we know the purpose of these things, then have a, should I say, monitoring mechanism or framework for you to monitor that cycle. You understand? If you can monitor the cycle, okay, we have 5 or 10 people in a cluster, and they all of them will not have the same purpose for coming
Mhm.
together. Okay, this one wants to build a factory, this one wants to own a farm, this wants to build a house. So at the end of the day, if they can be a monitoring system to hold them accountable, what that will do for you and them is that it will boost your own business, in the sense that if you can tell the investors that, oh, we have a cohort or a cluster of 5, 10 people who did this, and at a circle, we have 8 or 7 of them were able to build this, achieve this. You
Yes.
know what that means?
Yeah. Yes.
So
Means successful.
it means a lot. And that shows that, oh, this guy, and that is, or in other words, you are also into social enterprise business,
Yeah.
because you are solving social problems. And as you move on the end of those people too, they will be grateful, and that will also make them advertise your business through word of mouth, bringing in people. So it's a massive network if you can get it right. So
Yeah.
I think I need to
I was-
pause at this moment.
Sorry. I was thinking about a credit score system in the platform. You know,
Okay.
so as you're saying, it's like engagement in the platform. So we have our own algorithm to give credit score to businesses based on their what do you call our platform
Performance.
performance and in-platform performance. So like in
Okay.
this system, as much as you have a successful, because we call it a pool, as long as you have a successful pool like happening like every time, you can have your credit score increase. And in that sense, you have trustworthiness, you have creditworthiness, maybe to suppliers outside the country or suppliers in the country. That means somebody can literally use your name to actually say, okay, I'll give you this product and then you can pay me probably at the end of the month. So this system that can work if these businesses engage in this is what we're thinking. I mean, we are
Okay.
thinking very widely, we're thinking very innovative, because now we're trying to, instead of us being the ones managing this process of the cycle or who collects what and this, we're trying to implement a smart contract system that it's like a system that says, if this is true, do this. If this is not true, don't do this. So no third party interference is between that cycle.
Good. Good. So I think it's a good project or product. So Agile has taught us to move from project to product now. So good one, and I pray to succeed. And yeah, there will be challenges anyway, but in
Absolutely.
the long run, if that can work out and you can test run it in one African country and it succeeds, then it will just be an autopilot. I think OP, a lot of them are doing it anyway. Easy money, OP, all those stuff they are doing, but just that their own model is not that. To me, is not sustainable because the interest rate is high
Mhm.
and it is not like just of. Although that's the model they run because they get the money from somewhere and give it to you. But if you default, the interest
Interest.
rate, even apart from default, the interest rate of that stuff is much. It's just that our government are not, they are not proactive about things. That system should not run in that economy. So, but